things I've gridded out to expand. This one's the least developed, but I'm sort of working on. This is the Gulf Stream, which affects the climate, of course, off New England of the ocean. And this is the coast, and this is where she did her research. So these circles indicate where she found the larval tuna, and the arrows are where they predicted that they came from and moved to. So I'm going to put lenses, mount lenses somehow in the circles where she found the larval tuna. Yeah, these are just hollow frame doors with canvas applied to them. I really started seeing how the project was going to work out, and I just love the expansion of the idea, and it just got me excited about doing the project. And I really can't wait to start, but I want to make sure I have my studies down and things where they should be, especially when I start placing the lenses, because that's going to be sort of a permanent thing that won't be able to change. So these are all the spots that Chrissy Hernandez has found larval tuna in an area called the Slope Sea, which is just where the shelf meets the deeper ocean, the continental shelf here. So, and this will be the Gulf Stream. So that is the plan. We'll see how it works out.
We started the program, I didn't have a clue what to expect. And then the fact that we had to meet each other on Zoom was a little strange. I thought, how am I going to pair up with somebody? But the truth of the matter was I met Noah, the scientist that I'm paired with, and I knew almost right away that this was the person I wanted to work with. And it was because I asked him a question, he leaned into the screen to look up the answer, and his eyes got all fired up like, oh good, I can talk about my chemistry. And the idea that he was so excited about his work, because I'm excited about my art, I thought this is going to be a good pairing. But I still didn't know what the heck we were going to do. And it was about water, and I've been fascinated by water my entire artistic career. So I thought this would be good too. But then we started to meet week after week, and I found each week I learned more about what he was doing and more about how it related to what I'm doing. That was incredible, because you think about art and you think about science as two different spheres. In fact, one of the questions that we got from someone was, what's it like to work with someone with an analytical mind when you were a creative? And all the things fired off in my mind. I was like, that's insane. Because Noah's work is terribly creative, and my work needs to be analytical. We have both, we use both all the time. Trying to figure out how to put it into art was a different thing, because I did not want to just do a picture of water and just sort of represent, oh, here, this is water, he's doing water. And I didn't want to do something that was just a representation of the data points that he had collected. It just didn't seem like it was adding anything. So I actually spent about a month playing with the data, walking along the beach, thinking about the water itself. And it occurred to me that water being this colorless thing that we don't really understand what it is. We think we do, but we don't. We think we see the water, but we don't. It's colorless. What we see is whatever tints it, whatever reflects back, or whatever we see through it. And at that moment, I began to think about the research that he was doing on these metabolites. He's got 4 places where he's doing sampling. And the first one is what is represented in this picture, is the coastal one. And coastal surface water, he says, is a hot mess. He said all of these colonies of different chemical things in the water that come from man-made pollution, that come from trees, that come from all kinds of things, change the chemical balance and have all of these colonies that are like mad. So I started to do the colonies in this picture here.